Yo guys, it's Nick's Lotus.
It's going to be a bumpy ride.
With a brand new deck tech for you. Today we've got Cazur, Ruthless Stalker, and Ukkima, Stalking Shadow, Partner, Aristocrats, Token, Turtle deck. Let's start with Cazur. Cazur is 3 and a green for a 3/3 legendary human warrior. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, give that creature a +1/+1 counter. Paired with Cazur is Ukkima. Ukkima is 1, a blue, a black for a 2/2 legendary whale wolf. That's goofy, but not as goofy as Urza dressing as Vishinos in onesies. That's just strange. Ukkima is unblockable, and whenever it leaves the battlefield, it deals damage equal to its power to target player, and you gain life equal to its power. Pair this with turn 4 Cazur, and you're off to a pretty threatening start. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of the deck. First up, we've got death triggers. Cards like Falconwrath Noble, Morbid Opportunist, and Butcher of Malakir will turn every creature that dies on our side into value engines, making them sack, drain, and drawing us cards. On the screen, I've got all the death trigger cards we run. To make sure these death triggers trigger, we've got plenty of sack outlets. Cards like Ashnod's Altar, Viscera Seer, and Woe Strider are going to turn our creatures into value on top of death triggers, adding mana to our mana pool, scrying, and making our opponents sack as well. Ukkima paired with these sack outlets can easily take someone out of the game. I've got the full sack list on screen, but what will be the victims of this sackening? Tokens, baby. Cards like Awakening Zone, Bitter Blossom, and Dreadhorde Invasion are great in this deck, giving us consistent bodies on the board that we can sack and trigger our death triggers with, as well as giving us alternative routes to victory by pairing these tokens with Cazur's ability and Bashing Face. Awakening Zone and From Beyond are especially good, spitting out tokens that can sack themselves and trigger all of our death triggers. Sacking 3 tokens with a Butcher and a 5/5 Ukkima in play gets scary really quick. In order to keep these death triggers and sack outlets safe, we need a nice recursion kit. Cards like Phyrexian Reclamation will let us reuse our creatures by putting them in our hand, while cards like Mirren and Muldrotha will let us put them directly back into play to sack all over again. Let's talk about Grist. Grist is 1, a green, and a black for a 3 loyalty planeswalker. His +1 mills us a card and spits out a 1/1, which fits perfect into our token strategy. His -2 lets us sack a creature to destroy a creature or planeswalker, doubling his removal and a pseudo sack outlet. His -5 makes our opponent lose life equal to the number of creatures in our graveyard. This ult is great at bringing a game to a close. Sack the board to sack outlets, trigger all our drainers, sack Ukkima, deal damage equal to its power, and draining the opponent for even more with the -5 from the Grist. This thing is fantastic. And the last thing I have to talk about is the fake out death cards like Feign Death, Supernatural Strength, and Kaya's Ghost Form. Keep our important death trigger creatures alive as well as our commanders, especially good with Ukkima to bring home a game with a double sack on him. You know how I like them double sacks on him. Let me know if you guys like the look of this deck, and make sure to like and subscribe, all that YouTube shit, and go play some Magic.